One of the craziest things that you're going to see is the Hyper PlayStation fans' ability to gaslight with ease and distort and, in some cases, lie with almost no blink in terms of, okay, is what I'm saying actually going to get caught? Because I'm highly confident that there's that inkling that runs through their minds to say, maybe what I'm saying is actually a flat out lie, and I'm probably going to get exposed for it. I'm showing you guys an example of a tweet. This is from Astro Cyborg, longtime supporter of the channel. And he said, hey, don't forget, guys, Game Pass is $20 a month. Meanwhile, me. And then he put a CD Keys receipt on how much he bought it. Not going to tell you, but I'll show you. It's right here. So this is what I was telling y'all in the other video. Shout out to the audience members. When I was, when I first canceled my Game Pass Ultimate, I was like, wait, hold on. I mean, so this account, RGB PS5 Pro Ready, hashtag Xbox third party, hashtag Project Latitude. I guarantee you, if you're listening to the video, that is their Twitter handle. They said, this is how studios close, how developers lose their jobs. $7 a month from a third-party key site won't feed 30 teams. Tens of thousands of people. Microsoft already told you they ain't giving Xbox a pass anymore. You got a small W but delivered a big L to game makers. Now, this has got to be, in my opinion anyways, the most distorted and warped thing I've ever seen in my life. If anybody goes around and says that the fact that you bought a subscription key for a discount is going to destroy the lives of developers, I think we can probably across the board safely say that, man, maybe this is also going to be happening to PlayStation Plus. I mean, if anything, we have the sales figures for PlayStation Plus games. We have the sales figures for games like Concord. We have the sales figures for games like Helldivers, which sold more on PC without any third-party key site being involved. So again, it's gaslighting and trying to distort what the reality is on the side of PlayStation so that they can heavily focus on Xbox. So naturally, the dragging, is going to be there. But in my case, I want to go ahead and say, guys, gals, let's look at this from the perspective of an educational piece where we are going to be looking at how this particular conversation in gaming is corrupted and maligned. So this person said, Microsoft already got the $20 from CD Keys. I don't know how exactly that works, but I'm sure they probably got, discounted keys so they can make a little, bit of money. This person said, did they though? CD Keys acquire keys via a bunch of methods. Their whole business is shady and runs on a legal tightrope. So this is actually a lie. Those who are on the console platform that many times want to speak on the PC platform are ignorant about the PC platform. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that I've observed over many, many months. I remember when I started making videos trying to talk to people about, hey, man, this is how you can build a PC for about this amount. This is my $650 build on the bottom right corner of the screen. And I was showing this. This is before I even showed the video for the particular build physically. I was talking about the pricing, PC part picker, how you can acquire games cheaper, brand new, because the regional pricing is in there. And because a lot of the times these developers, they make sure that their keys are available on third-party sites for a good amount of money. And a third-party site like CD Keys sells their keys directly to you. It's not like some other sites where they have other sellers, which you can't necessarily be sure how those other sellers got, their keys. And CD Keys is the company right now that we know that the way they get their keys is basically like Green Man Gaming for the most part. So this right now is a big fat lie. And the confidence with which this person is saying it is quite interesting. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to not necessarily let that distortion happen, but we're going to examine further and see if PlayStation's business model is even thriving. In fact, if we can actually, in a sense, turn around and say, oh, wait, studios are being affected because you paid a discounted price for a subscription cost. Number one, Game Pass is the service where, ladies and gentlemen, if at any rate you're, in a sense, confused as to how Game Pass works, you pretty much, as a developer, you get your fee that you negotiate with Xbox. This is something that's been seen over the years with games that were from ID at Xbox, when it was said that Xbox had given about $800 million to developers across the board for their participation in Game Pass. We know for the most part And I've seen some developers come out and, lightly talk about their own, deals not in detail because they have NDAs and stuff with how it worked. We've also seen some developers claim that the Xbox Game Pass deals did not work out for them, but that was their fiduciary responsibility to know what was going to probably work out for them. Nobody put a gun to their head and said, hey man, you must sign this particular contract over here. No, it was their choice to get the game on Game Pass. If they did day one, if they came out later, this is what Xbox had been doing for a long time. In fact, this pipeline is not something that we have to come out here and take a look at. On the other hand, we can look at PlayStation. Poor management. They've closed how many studios lately, which is a very sad reality. And you guys know I hate talking about people losing their jobs. But the management that's been above them is not suffering from a discounted key problem. They're suffering from a direction problem where in this market, they have no clue, no idea where they're taking their company. If they did, they wouldn't be all over the place with mixed messaging. They won't be all over the place, pretty much changing the tune every single minute. Because again, if anybody is paying very close attention, ladies and gentlemen, you do know that Xbox's message, according to when the press was saying, it's so confusing. We don't know which games are going to go to anything. Because are they going to bring the Bethesda games to PC day one? That was all nonsense. The press was very complicit in trying to paint Xbox in a bad light. Now, I agree that, yes, there were some aspects of their messaging that was vague, and I think it was purposefully vague because you don't give away everything. However, in the case of PlayStation, having said that they were going to bring live service games day one to PC, they seem to have slowly broken that code, and right above their day one Helldivers 2 game is another day one Horizon, Lego Adventures game that's coming out. In fact, right now there's already, a lot of reports going out. Some people are already saying, oh yeah, by the way, don't expect that this game is going to be, 40 hours. I mean, I'm not expecting a Lego game to be 40 hours. They're talking about how the game is probably going to be about 20 hours, all in all. Hey, it's a Lego game. It can basically be however many hours it wants to be. I saw that report. I think it was from Tom Henderson or from someone, one of the media writers that are out there. But ladies and gentlemen, this is how they'll distort the truth. This is why right now we're here. And a lot of people are going to be eating humble pie with the PlayStation 5 Pro. Remember how they all made it seem like it was everybody else's fault when they were trying to give them the reality peel and tell them the truth. Like, hey, guys, don't trust a console maker that has not shown you your specs. I remember talking about it, but we'll visit it in a different video. So let's go ahead and just kind of like think through how this distortion pretty much came to play. And from, for anybody who may be thinking, am I going to get Game Pass? There are means for you to get discounted keys 24/7, and you don't really have to pay that big price point. In fact, what you're paying for PlayStation Plus, is not going to give you what you can pay for Xbox Game Pass this holiday season by itself alone, and even if you want it for the rest of the year. And some people will tell you otherwise, but many of them have not even looked at the Game Pass offerings, and they'll still basically give you, some fugazi nonsense because that's what they're used to. They're used to never being challenged with their lies. They just lie. Nobody actually ever challenges them. Talk to me in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching the video. Appreciate you guys' time and audience. Hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.